they shortchange themselves by not honing in on their communication. It's easy to muscle somebody, but to have a conversation with somebody, put your own personal feelings aside. I mean, I have, I can play the Southern Belle real quick and real well on a call. Like I curse like a sailor now. Don't get me wrong. But if I need to get someone out of the street, make them stop fighting, move them from one place to another, even though there's been an altercation with other officers, generally male officers, I'm real quick to throw on my Southern lady charm and smile, use your name, look you right in the eye. And I have had several men who went from being combative to being like, you know what? I'm going to do exactly what you asked me to do, because I don't want you to be out in the street. Or I told a guy one time, his name was Rodney, and he wouldn't get in the paddy van. It was a mental health transport from a hospital. And he's just fighting. He does not want to get in. And these 3 male officers are trying to like manhandle him in the back of this paddy wagon. And I just happened to drop by the call, and I looked at him. I said, what's his name? And they told me. I said, Rodney, baby, could you please get in this paddy wagon? Because I'm hungry and I really want to eat. I don't want to be here any longer. And he looked at me. He just stopped. Because when you use somebody's name, that kind of short circuits your brain real quick, right? And I just looked at him and I smiled, and he says, you know what, sister? I'm going to get in this van because I don't want you to be hungry. I'm going to go sit down, girl. And he sat down. And so they closed the door, and the 2 of the 3 officers came over to me and they said, how did you do that? You're like a crazy whisperer. And I said, it's not. It was, this isn't a personal thing here. He has mental health issues. He is from Detroit, which does not have the best relationship with their police department. Right. And you all are literally being physical with this man. Well, all I did was use my words. There's a time and a place for everything. So, I encourage like my male counterparts to hone in on your communication skills, because I was in law enforcement for about 17 years, and I can count on one hand the amount of physical fights I got into. I would sooner talk you down than put my hands on you, because I know where my limit is. Because oftentimes I'm coming up against people who are larger than me, who are stronger than me. I have nothing to prove by getting into a scuffle with somebody. I don't care how big, small you are. It's not in me to be like, well, you know what? You're going to do what I say, and we're going to get in a fight, and I'm going to high five everybody when I get back to the station, and I'd be like, you see that fight I got into? For what?